Welcome to Climate Briefing's news headlines for the week ending Friday the 11th of May 2017. The Trump administration announced this week that it would postpone a decision to pull the United States out of the Paris Climate Agreement until after the G7 summit later this month. As speculation continues regarding the American president's position on climate change, industrial leaders and nations from around the world have been urging him to remain in the accord, even if the States is going to reduce its targets for cutting greenhouse gas emissions. Other leaders have underlined their commitment to the Paris Agreement. In a phone call to Donald Trump on Monday, the new French President Emmanuel Macron said he would defend the deal. The Chinese President Xi Jinping has confirmed that China will uphold its part in the 2015 agreement, and he will also be joining the heads of the European Union's main institutions in June for a summit in Brussels, where delegates, as well as discussing trade, are planning to deliver a strong statement in support of the Paris Climate Agreement. Meanwhile, the former US President Barack Obama has said that he is confident that the United States will keep moving in the right direction, albeit at a reduced pace. At a meeting of Arctic nations in Alaska on Thursday, the US Secretary of State Rex Tillerson signed a document recognizing the need for international action against climate change. Also, in the Senate, 3 Republican senators broke ranks to oppose a bill that aimed to revoke an Obama-era rule to limit methane emissions from oil and gas production. That led to an unexpected defeat for the bill by 51 votes to 49. One of Thailand's state-owned oil and gas companies is being sued by the Indonesian government for $2 billion. The lawsuit centres around the alleged damage to the environment caused by an oil spill in the Timor Sea 8 years ago. The Philippines are showing signs of softening their stance on mining after the dismissal of Regina Lopez last week. The minister had ordered the closure of half the country's mines for environmental reasons. On Tuesday, her replacement said that he aimed to strike a balance between the environment and mining interests. In Canada, Ottawa and Montreal saw more rainfall in the first 10 days of May than would normally fall in the full month. And this week the country experienced its worst flooding in decades. Floods have affected over 126 towns and cities, thousands of people have been evacuated, and over the weekend the city of Montreal declared a state of emergency. This has been a Climate Briefing news roundup. The in-depth stories behind these headlines can be found at climatebriefing.org.